If I had one word for Copenhagen right now, I'd say listen. Just listen. If I had one word for the world right now, I'd say listen. Just listen. Is this a skill that we somehow forgot as our reflection has grown in suburban blocks? Is this a skill that somehow was lost as we built up our walls and our walls were embossed? How do you propose we draw up this Venn diagram when we've already decided exactly where we're going to stand? All these vested interests I see before my eyes, while we negotiate with money, they negotiate with lives. Bigoted bigwigs bickering about business, it's bigger than this, vigorous bitumen sickness, I figure to shift this dangerous trajectory. It's time that we all stopped hearing selectively. Today I heard some people who knew how to listen, who moved me with music, moved me with wisdom, whose songlines are ruptured, brought to these shores, and I'm going to help them soar, you can trust that for sure. We've had our term, I'm going to give them a turn. If we stop for a minute, then maybe we could learn.
I'm one of the people that's living in a community where the tar sands want to pipe down, and what they want to do is they want to take the tar sands and displace people up there, and they want to pipe it to indigenous lands in the States, and they're doing it. But the reason I wanted to say more is because what's behind all of our stories is that our people are really dying. Like, you know, when my community with cancer, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. I was in college when I got cancer, and I'm one of the ones that survived. You know, I'm one of the lucky ones. We have a community of 300 people. 5 people with brain cancer in the last 2 years. 4 of them are in the ground. The 5th one is a 9-year-old boy, and he's not doing very well. I have a woman who's my mom's friend who's 42 years old. She has cancer of the brain, the spine, the bone, the lungs, it's in her blood. And you know what she told me? She said, I'm proud of you. You give me inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing. Because I'm fighting to stay alive because of you guys. We shouldn't have to deal with this BS anymore. President Obama, when he was running, gave everybody hope. You know, he said, we're going to change, he said. So what did we do? We went out and campaigned for Obama because we believed in him, and our people continue to die. And he is sitting there, and he won't sign the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. He won't even sign it. This isn't about politics anymore, Obama. Stand up. Be a good person. All you gotta do is take a stand. You know, we went through 8 years of the Bush administration for what? We thought we were going to have hope. We thought things were going to change, and he's a typical politician. He tells lies when he's campaigning, and then he gets in there, and he just does business as usual while we continue to die.
Good morning. My name is Rod Romero. I'm from the Apache and Pueblo territories of the Southwest. And I think it's important that we all understand that everything new is hidden in the past. And indigenous peoples live at the point of impact. They are the first to experience the devastation of land and life caused by climate change and the extractive industries. And it's very, very important and vital that the voice of indigenous peoples, our wisdom keepers, are part of the global conversation when it comes to climate change. They're discussing and negotiating indigenous lands and territories, our Mother Earth, and all our relations. This is way beyond politics. It's way beyond agreements. This is a moral issue that affects us all. We're all related, and it's crucial that the world citizens get behind indigenous peoples on this struggle. It's crucial.
When I say fight for, you say justice. Fight for.
Justice.
Fight for.
Justice.
When I say climate, you say justice. Climate.
Justice.
Climate.
Justice.
When I say energy, you say justice. Energy.
Justice.
Energy.
Justice.
When I say scream, you all scream. Scream. Louder than that. This American embassy cannot hear you. A little bit louder than that. When I say scream, you all scream. Scream. So I'm the tar sands campaigner for the Indigenous Environmental Network, but I, like many of the indigenous peoples here today, all come from affected communities. The environmental racism that is being perpetuated against racialized communities in North America by the United States government in partnership with their little brother, the Darth Vader of Copenhagen, the Canadian government, is ridiculous. If you look at where the energy infrastructure is located all across Turtle Island, what we as Native people call North America, you will see that there is an oil refinery, a liquid natural gas terminal, a pipeline, a coal-fired power plant, a extractive industry, some kind of massive mine, uranium mining, or oil and gas development, all located right beside, if not directly in our communities. And so we're here today to stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters from all across the world that are calling out the United States government for their racism, for their injustice, for their expropriation of our lands, and for the destruction of our ways of life. And we're here today from the Indigenous Environmental Network to lift up those voices. Yeah.
I'm just so glad that we were there and could show our support, and I think it's something that we can take back with us when we go back to the UK and really share their story and tell people that it's happening now. And it's not, you know, the sort of Indigenous people have such an amazing relationship with the earth, but it's not just the earth and it's not just the people, it's the culture and the way of life, and it's so upsetting. You know, when you saw this guy like singing his heart out, singing these songs and drumming this drum, and you're thinking, this is disappearing, like it's already disappeared to a huge extent already because of development, of globalization, and the thought that that could go completely and we'd lose all the richness of that culture is just completely devastating.